first shooting at Century Theaters, 14300 East Alameda Avenue. They're saying somebody's shooting in the auditorium.
We were watching the movie, and like as one of the action scenes, started up, like gunshots were firing, and like we heard like explosions or something like to our left.
My friend sitting next to me turned. Part of the bullet hit her in the mouth.
He started shooting out some rounds, and that's when we realized it was serious. There was a lot of screaming, and it was shocking.
Being told that he's in Theater 9. Get us some damn gas masks for Theater 9. We can't get in it.
Police officers responded and found the gunman in the back of the theater, outside in the parking lot near a car, in possession of a gas mask and at least a rifle and a handgun.
We are taking your calls right now. 71 shooting victims. The dead bodies still laying where they fell inside that Cineplex. A midnight screening of Batman, The Dark Prince Rises goes awry. Straight out to Dr. James Denton, trauma surgeon, Medical Center of Aurora, who actually treated many of these shooting victims. Dr. Denton, thank you for being with us.
You're welcome.
Dr. Denton, many of us have hiked and skied in Colorado. Absolutely beautiful. This is not the thing, I'm sure, that surgeons expect in the ER there. What happened last night?
Well, initially we got the first couple of patients, but that were not severely injured, and then our EMS colleagues made us aware of a mass casualty event that was going on. So we quickly started to recruit and activate our disaster plan as patients came in, and within about 20 minutes we had 15 patients, many of which were critical.
What was the scene there in the hospital last night with the ER patients flooding in from the Cineplex?
Well, it was initially a little bit chaotic, as you might imagine, but I would have to say that as the resources arrived, it became quickly organized and quietly professional in a fairly rapid fashion.
What injuries did the various victims suffer?
We saw a variety of gunshot wounds ranging from what appeared to be handgun wounds to shotgun wounds to high-velocity rifle wounds. These involved the neck, the head, the thorax, and the extremities.
Dr. Denton, when did you learn what had happened?
Well, information trickled in over an hour or two. We didn't have any details initially. We knew that we had a lot of seriously injured patients, and we're focused on that. We were able to piece together from the wounds that probably someone used a variety of weapons and with very bad intentions.
We are taking your calls, everyone. We are live there on the scene, a mass shooting, the first of its kind. These are called soft targets. Repeat, soft targets. Out to Sergeant Ed Simpola, commander of the Somerset County SWAT. But before I go to him, very quickly, Dr. Bill Mannion, medical examiner in Philadelphia, explain what the wounds that these victims sustained and why they are still laying. Why are they still laying there in the movie theater, dead on the floor, in the exact position where they fell?
I'm not sure why. Maybe the investigators want to take photographs, document everything. Maybe they're worried there was another shooter there. I mean, so far they only have one, but maybe they're just taking their time. At the hospital, I know the labs also have to respond quickly. The blood banks have to respond. They probably called in blood from the Red Cross. So a lot of things have to come into play in one of these disasters.
Joining me right now, Ellie Justin. Ellie, what can you tell us about the weapons that we know of? I'm still having a hard time fathoming how this guy managed to get into a Cineplex, a packed theater, with all of these weapons. He had an arsenal.
Right, Nancy. He had an AR-15 assault weapon. You see it there in the picture. He also had a Remington shotgun, as well as 2 Glock 40 caliber. Now, they do believe that 3 of those weapons, with the exclusion of one of the Glocks, they say they have evidence that 3 of those weapons were certainly used in that shooting. Now, Nancy, he was also wearing all of this protective gear, even a throat protector, groin protector, and he had those grenades or some sort of smoke bomb with him as well.